Okay, hello, my darlings. So I just wanted to share a couple contrasts between the state or assumption of the state of ketosis and fat burning. And so these are two things that have seemed relatively interchangeable, but there's a couple distinctions that I've heard through time that I would just like to make a strong stance about. So the primary things are the process from getting from a sugar burning mode into a fat burning mode, and then also this element of carbohydrates. So at any rate, it is true to get into a state of ketosis or a state of fat burning, it should take like 9 to 10 days. What I have understood about people going at this from a ketogenic state is that it's hard. That essentially you just need to kind of like hold your breath and get through it. Kind of ignore the carbohydrate cravings, the withdrawal, just kind of suffer through whatever you're feeling to get to the other side. And the truth is, a lot of people buckle in that process and bottom out and give up. So what spurned this desire to talk about this was a current fat burning client just acknowledged that it's so much faster with what we do, and it's so much easier with what we do to get from a sugar burning mode into a fat burning mode. And so anyway, so I just figured I would share that for people that, do have a belief that this is a beneficial state to be in, but that it's almost impossible to get to. And that's not true. The approach matters. And I know in Fat Burning Mastery, it is faster and it's more palatable. So I'll just say that. And then the other thing I just wanted to talk about was this piece about carbohydrates. So two things with this. So one of the elements, when people are in a state of ketosis, they believe that they can't have any carbohydrates. And then there's also this belief or experience that once someone has like a morsel of something sweet, that they're suddenly going to be re-addicted to sugar. And I've had that reflected back from people that have had that experience, which sounds absolutely crazy to me. So the first bit about not ever having any carbohydrates is again kind of ludicrous. So we need carbohydrates, and especially in the weight loss effort, honestly. So most people have an understanding that if you want to lose weight, reducing carbohydrates and reducing calories is a pretty surefire way to create a desired change. Yes, for a period of time. What starts to happen when you reduce those two things, carbohydrates and calories, is there's a certain hormone called leptin that also goes down. And leptin is a hormone that basically allows our body to know that it's okay, that it's safe to release fat, and it enables us to be more satisfied with less food. So because our bodies are wired, because they're so brilliant, they're wired for survival, and they're wild for reproduction. Yes, they are. They're wired for reproduction. They will do everything in their power to enable those two things to go on. Anyway, obviously with survival being number one. So with that, when our body or our brain starts to get the sense that, oh my God, wait a minute, like, we might not have enough food. We need to lower these hormones that are helping to lose weight, helping with weight loss, and we're going to slow our metabolism down as well. So if you've ever had an experience where you were consuming less carbohydrates, less calories, and everything was moving along at a desired clip, and then suddenly things started to slow, stall, stop, and you weren't doing anything different, generally that's because of leptin. So what we do in Fat Burning Mastery and what's smart, what's strategic and effective is we have periodic carb feasts. And what they do is they re-up leptin levels, which allows our body to feel comfortable continuing to release fat and it enables us to have our cake and eat it too. Awesome. So then the second part about like, oh my God, you know, I had like a bite of a piece of cake and I got re-addicted to sugar. Crazy, 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 crazy. Because I will also say this, with our carb feast, deliberately having higher glycemic carbohydrates actually gives us a little more of a jolt of leptin, which helps with this weight loss effort. So when people talk about, you know, I had like, you know, a tiny bit of chocolate and suddenly I'm, you know, back on the sugar burner bandwagon, it doesn't make any sense to me or to all of the fat burners that are on this planet. So I don't know if that just speaks to a very tenuous biological makeup, but it does not exist in other realms. So if you've ever thought that, you know, this seems like a great state to be in, I think that it's sound, you know, I know that it has benefits in the realm of inflammation, that it's beneficial for, you know, improved energy, that it's beneficial for improved insulin sensitivity, that it's obviously beneficial for weight loss or weight maintenance. If you have this awareness, but you felt like it's too hard to get there, I can never have carbohydrates, and that it's way too restrictive because as soon as I have something sweet, I'm going, like, all will be lost. I just want to share that that is not true. That is not true in the realm of fat burning, and that's definitely not true in the realm of fat burning mastery. Okay, so I just thought to share that to maybe like give a little hope for those that have had a either desire or an experience that has felt just too restrictive for you to keep up. The state of fat burning, again, as far as what I have experienced and what the people that I work with experience, is that it is freeing, is that it has wiggle room, it has grace. There are wider margins for you to really like have more of what you want while adhering to particular behaviors. Anyway, it's pretty freaking great. So if you have a desire to understand more about fat burning as a whole, I would totally encourage you to look below this video in the description and click on the link Learn to Burn. And if you are past that mark and you would like to know more about a 5-week program that essentially makes getting into a fat burning mode quick and pretty painless, and as well as a mode that will enable you to understand and have your cake and eat it too. Understand how to and have your cake and eat it too. And then also a biological state that will not upset the apple cart when you do have sweets. Okay? So I would encourage you to check those things out. They're all below this video. And be in touch for any reason. All right? That is it. Love to all. And until next time.